Hi everybody. I was asked if I could detail what's in my little emergency bug out sort of preparedness kit. These are just made to go right in a backpack. It does not have clothing or anything like that, no water or anything. It's just the bare essentials. If you had nothing but this, then you might get by. And feel free to comment about stuff that I need to add to it. I'm going to tell you right now that there are 3 things that are missing in it. And that is, I believe in having some high-vis tape. It doesn't take up very much space in the package, and it's something that is pretty good for tying down and for marking trail or whatever you're needing to do. Duct tape. I saw in another video where somebody wrapped duct tape around a toothpick, and then it gradually got bigger and bigger to the point where it was a little bit bigger than the size of a pencil. And I like that idea. Kind of seemed a little hard to get it unrolled, but that's all good. And then a nice multi-tool, just something that is decent. And I've got all that stuff in my regular bug out bag, but not in this absolute emergency necessity sort of thing. Now, this is just a Stanley 2-cup. You can use it for cooking. You can use it for carrying water, whatever you need to. I've just wrapped it real quick with some 500 paracord. I've just kind of tied that up so that no matter what, it's always pulling it upwards instead of downwards. Comes off real easy, goes back on real easy. And this is, this little kit, of course, I told you about some of the things that are missing. You can always add other stuff like, soap, shampoo, stuff like that you can add to. I love these. These are great for actually getting or making fires, and they with sunlight they work phenomenally if you can. There's a few things in light of the stuff going on right now that I probably add to this kit. A respirator. I don't have any of the HEPA filters, but this one's a NIOSH, so it's not very effective against bugs, but it's pretty good against particulars. And then of course just some sterile gloves. I don't have those in there. So just kind of moving on. I usually have this wrapped with some tape just to keep the lid down and keep it a little more sealed. There's holes on the top anyway, so air can get in and out. This is not a waterproof container. So just opening it up real quick. I'm going to start off with the stuff that's in it right off the top. A whistle. I believe in having one of those. That little tiny knife. Got a couple other things built into here. So now this is just one of those matchstick holders, and what I put inside this matchstick holder is just a collection of stuff. Of course, matches. There's about 10 matches. I've got a striker. I've got cotton wadding. I've got a needle for needle and thread. I've got a hook for fishing, and I've just got just a regular hook. I would probably throw in something like a suture needle or something like that, but I don't think that it'll stay sterile in here, so I probably wouldn't do that. I do not have a suture needle as part of this kit. I probably should. So that's one thing. Okay, moving on. I just have a small roll of the of athletic tape. It's been scrunched up just to fit into the spot. Okay, so I used to put a lot of everything in baggies just to keep it kind of separated and protected, but it takes up too much room. I've got my water tabs. Looks to me like my pin fell out. So the other water tab is right here. I've got my magnesium strip. Of course, we got the ability to be able to get some kind of set it all on fire. Okay, so it's a life straw, water straw, and then I've actually got 2 tampons in there. And tampons are multiple uses, of course, but for the obvious things, and then of course also for water purification, and believe it or not, fire start. It actually works pretty good for those too if you use a little charcoal, which I also have in here, but great for fire start. Great for of course the triage, and of course the regular usage, which I don't have a problem with, but I do have people who do. So I'm going to pull the bigger stuff out. This is just the regular poncho, and of course an emergency blanket. I have two 1 gallon baggies in here. You can use those for water storage, for, you know, moving water, whatever you need to do. Even if you just need to hold something, it just gives you something clean to work with. I'm going to put that one aside. Well, we can go through it. So in this little kit, I have a collection of stuff. I've got a little, it's a square of aluminum foil. You can use that for any number of things, all the way from cooking to whatever, you know, whatever you need. I've got one of these little miniature magnifiers, and you could use that for starting fire. I've got just some twist ties, some gauze, some band-aids, some toilet paper, and of course some, it's just a garbage bag. Okay, in here I've got it's a pen light. Now, this is actually a pen light, and I take the batteries out so that they don't discharge, or if the buttons get hit or anything like that. And I do have a regular one. It's got both the laser pointer and the regular flashlight, and it just takes small batteries, because these batteries don't take up very much space to be able to fill in. And of course, when you put it all together, it gives you the nice laser light. And if you don't need the pen, you just throw it away. You know, then you've got a flashlight. And then I like these because the spare batteries that you get for these take up very little space, and it doesn't do much. And, you know, if you got cats around that you want to play with, it's always good to play with. Okay. Real quick, these are just charcoal sticks. They're known as fire sticks. You can use them for starting fires, also water purification if you need to, since it is an activated charcoal. I've got a mirror. It's my charger's mirror, since they moved away and disenfranchised me, unfortunately. Then I'm just going to have to put this in my emergency kit. Normally I would get one of the small signal mirrors that are about credit card size. And then of course, last but not least, just because it's at the bottom of the pile, a pencil. And I've put about 60 or 70 feet of fishing line on there. This is 30-pound fishing line monofilament. I didn't put the tape all the way down, so the vast majority of this did not have any of the adhesive on it. I just put the tape on there to hold the ends. And that's about it. That's the bottom of the barrel. That's my emergency kit.